Hello students, today we will be discussing about digestion in grass-eating animals and the feeding and digestion in unicellular organism called amoeba. Digestion in grass-eating animals, children, you know that the digestion in grass-eating animals takes place in the stomach, which is actually four-chambered. The first chamber is called the rumen, then the reticulum, then the omasum, and then the abomasum. The food of the grass-eating animals is mainly grass, green leaves, and hay, which are rich in carbohydrates and cellulose, which are very hard to digest. Hence, grass-eating animals have large stomach with compartments and special bacteria in the stomach to break down the cellulose. Grass-eating animals has four-chambered stomach, children, as you can see in the given picture, and the first chamber is known as the rumen. The rumen is the large chamber. It stores the food which is not chewed. It contains number of cellulose digesting bacteria which digest the cellulose. The partially digested food is called the cud. While resting, animals send the cud into the mouth from the rumen to chew it properly, and this process is known as cud chewing or rumination. During cud chewing, cud mixes with the saliva and it gets converted into a semi-solid form, and this semi-solid form is swallowed back into mouth. See children, the four-chambered part is given here. The first part, the rumen, the second part, the reticulum, the third part, the omasum, and the fourth part, the abomasum. It does not go to the rumen, but it goes to the second chamber, the semi-solid food that is called the cud. That goes into the second chamber called the omasum. Further, the digestion takes place in the third and the fourth chamber. As food passes to the small intestine, the complete digestion and absorption takes place, and the waste passes on to the large intestine for digestion. Ruminants have large sac-like structure between the small intestine and the large intestine, and that is known as the cecum. Children, you can see the cecum here. So, what is the function of the cecum? It is just a sac-like structure which is present between the small intestine and the large intestine, and the undigested cellulose, it is digested in the cecum. Now let us come to how feeding and digestion takes place in unicellular organisms like amoeba. Amoeba basically takes its food through the false food that is known as pseudopodia, and since your amoeba is an unicellular organism, all the vital life activities are performed by that single cell. Amoeba is a single-celled organism. It is bounded by a cell membrane. The enclose a jelly-like fluid that is known as the cytoplasm. Nucleus is present in the cytoplasm, which controls all the functions of the amoeba. Two types of vacuoles are present in it. The food vacuole that contains the food captured by it and digests food by secreting the digestive juices. The second type of vacuole is the contractile vacuole that contains water and control the amount of water. And it controls the amount of water in amoeba. Now see children, this picture is showing how in phase A, you can see how the amoeba is moving forward towards its prey. Then the false food, it gets elongated. Cup-like structure is being formed which engulfs the food. That cup-like structure is known as the food cup. And then the prey gets inside the body, inside the food vacuole, and then it takes the food in this manner. So amoeba is irregular in shape. It doesn't have any fixed shape and size. It has a finger-like projection that is called the pseudopodia or the false feet. It can move in any direction by pushing its cytoplasm in that direction. The pseudopodia helps in capturing of the food, and it feeds on tiny microscopic plants and animals that float in water. This is all about today, children. Then in the next class, we will be discussing about the written exercises and the question answer and all that is given in the book. Till then, bye bye.